It's the fire in the rain.
Good morning. It's day 11 and the first day of a new book of Gloria, and I've got a new companion as well, the Glam Hiker. Just for 2 days Gavin's joined me. Just sat in Bude, had quite a slow start packing up a couple of tents, and wandered back into Bude to get a coffee basically, and then we're going to hit the trail. It's about an 11-mile day to Crackerton Haven. It's absolutely glorious weather. So yeah, this is stage 2 of my quest.
It's the smile within the pain. It's the logic but insane. You cannot know from where it came. It's the way you cross the floor before you head on out the door. It's the figure on the wall. So many times I heed the call. It's the silence of the room, the way you turn before you bloom. Another shadow for the blind. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Although I'm running up a hill, I feel I'm always standing still. I can't remember where I've been. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin. Many of us here, a crowded planet full of fear. It's not the way it's meant to be. We should be happy living free. Although I'm running up a hill.
Got a good view though. Got a good view.
Nothing to give you, my old mate. I would do if I could. I haven't even got an apple to give you, fella.
I haven't even got an apple. But look at the view you get for free.
Just having a pit stop on a hill, the name of which I'm not sure, but we're sharing it with horses. We're having a drink because it's been very hot today. Big climb we've just done, and Gloria's been very kind to us today. The weather is absolutely amazing, the scenery's not far behind it, and we've got horses.
I feel I'm always standing still. Can't remember where I've been. I don't know where I should begin. I don't know where I should begin.
I die.
This is an absolutely sheer drop. A really severe descent. But local authorities, or whoever's responsible, have put some zigzags in and it's made it a lot more achievable without feeling like you're walking off the end of a cliff. So thank you for that. My blisters appreciate it.
When winter comes, I'll see you again. We'll be out till late under the starshine. I wish that I didn't have to wait. Autumn leaves, please hurry before I start to worry and his face gets blurry. My love, I send you kisses. My heart belongs to no one but you. It won't change. My love, I send our best wishes. Snow will fall and I'll be on your arm, my love. Your smell still lingers as I close my eyes. I've tried to set aside all this longing, but it won't hide. I dream about you.
Ooh, well, I think it's fair to say, Gloria, we've turned the volume up to 11 in the last 2 days because the terrain has absolutely been rugged, to say the least. The ascents and descents today on this stretch to Creckington Haven, absolutely extreme. And with the full pack, unlike yesterday, it's been tough. We'll have done about 11.5 miles by the end of the day at the campsite. And it's as tough a day as you can get at that kind of distance. It's not about the mileage, it really isn't. It's about the terrain, the weight on your back, and the mileage comes into it to some extent, but you look on the itinerary and you see an 11-mile day and you think, that'll be alright. It just doesn't work like that, and you need to stop thinking like that. Well, I do anyway. But despite all that, it has been an absolutely beautiful day. Sun shone for the majority of it. The views and the scenery, perfect. So apart from the physical exhaustion, I couldn't have had a better day, and with Gabby as well, we've really had a nice time. But yeah, the packs are a bit heavier than they should be, so that's the only downside. Okay, we're hoping to get some food now at the pub, but it doesn't look very busy, so I have a feeling it might not be open. That would be a shame. Speak to you soon. Cheers, Bubsy. Well done. Oh yeah. Welcome to day 12. I think it's day 12. We're in Creckington Haven. We've just dropped down a mile from the campsite, had a coffee at that lovely cafe, and we're now ready to set off on this day, which is I think it's 11 miles on the route. So that's if I can get camped at Tintagel. When I made earlier inquiries I couldn't, so we'll have to see how that goes. It's a bit cloudy today. We've got the highest cliff in Cornwall to climb, High Cliff. but it's a bit cooler, so that's not a bad thing. We've had some coffee, we've had a reasonable night at the campsite. Second day with Gabby walking, and it's been absolutely lovely. Yesterday was just phenomenal, really enjoyed it. I will miss her, but I'm on my own from here, so it's going to be interesting and exciting. Just have to see how we get along. Anyway, I will speak to you soon.
Winter cold, please hurry. Bring him home before I worry, and his face gets too blurry. My love, I send you kisses. My heart belongs to no one but you. It won't change. My love, I send our best wishes. Snow will fall, and I'll be on your arm.
Just climbed an absolute beast of a steep set of steps there. It's about the 10th really heavy climb in the last couple of days. I don't know how many more of those I can do, but they just keep coming when you least expect them. Gloria, come on, give us a break. You're killing me. Speak to you soon. That's the elusive Boss Castle. Seem to have been coming here for ages, but we've finally got sight of it, so relieved. See you soon. Morning. This is day 13. I'm back on my own, which is sad because I've really enjoyed 2-3 days with Gabby. I'm at Tintagel today, heading for Port Isaac, which isn't a long walk in miles. but it's described as severe in respect of terrain, so I'm not expecting an easy day. But hopefully I'll finish a bit earlier, try and get some stuff dry because it rained a lot of the night. My boots are really wet. I've put nice clean dry socks on and I've put them into wet boots, and that's bugging me a bit. But you know, hopefully the forecast is for dry today. It's very overcast, so it's not overly hot at the moment, but yeah, I'm just hoping for a better day today in terms of fatigue and weather. That is the new bridge spanning the cliffs into Tintagel Castle. As I say, it's a gloomy day, so it's not being lit up very well, but yeah, we're on our way anyway. These are the cliffs just out of Tintagel. That's a youth hostel there, which is absolutely stunning location, but couldn't get in there. They didn't want to know. No single walkers allowed. Don't know why that is, but all COVID gone mad really. Anyway, just wanted to say a couple of things. Firstly, Gloria yesterday had been holding that one back and she threw it at us with both barrels, and that was rain. It was a very wet day, 2 hours of rain, and you just get completely sodden, and she sneaked it up on us, wasn't forecast, and then it started very lightly and you just carry on walking and you don't put your waterproofs on. Before you know it, you're soaked, and then it's too late then, and my shoes today are still very wet and really irritating my feet today. But I also want to make special mention to Malcolm and Audrey, who were incredibly supportive yesterday. They hung around waiting for us while we were a bit behind schedule, and then they fed us, and Malcolm lent me his coat while I put the tent up. They ferried me to and from the site, and Audrey got me some cake and juice, and they've really been fully supportive, and they've really embraced my, some would say, daft attempt to massage my own ego. But yeah, I wanted to say on record that I'm truly grateful, and I couldn't have even got this far without your help, so let's see how it goes, and I'll see if I can make your efforts worthwhile by completing this walk. But today doesn't look a bad day, and I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit more relaxed in that the weather's fair and I can't quite get comfortable, but other than that, it's all good.
And no, there's no room for one-track minds anymore. I'm reading on the book of my own life, and to a point the surface is alive. When I feel warm inside my stolen heart,
been for about the last quarter of a mile. Come on, Gloria. Garden maintenance. It's important. You want to look your best. The flowers are amazing, but it's the hidden nettles that get you. I think that is Port Isaac and Port Gavan, which is pretty much where I'm heading today. So I've got to move along this coastline. Not too bad. I think it's about 3 miles away, so I'm doing alright. Hopefully I'll get my feet up a bit earlier today and be able to get things dried out because I'm carrying a very wet tent. Fingers crossed.
There's no room for one-track minds anymore.
Uh-oh, I see trouble ahead for my little legs and heart and lungs. Oh well, it is what it is.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass. I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No, no. 'Cause the best thing about it is I know I'm coming back. Oh, oh.
It's another day over, day 13. I'm in Anne's garden here, a little farm yard, lawn really, field, meadow. But I found out just camping from watching YouTube videos of the Southwest Coast Path. Nobody seems to know about it. There's me here and one other tent. And that's a couple who I spoke to this morning who didn't know where to camp, and I said try Anne's garden, so they didn't know anything about it. So doing my service for fellow walkers. Probably arrived about 2 hours before me, to be honest, because I was slow again. In terms of mileage, today was nothing. I've done just over 10. But I've said it before and I will reiterate, it's not about miles anymore. In that 10 miles there were at least 9 stiff climbs. They just keep coming. You descend down to almost sea level and then there's a ladder looking at you that you've got to get up. Well, it feels like a ladder. So another tough day for 10 miles. I mean, I'm waiting for it just to get a little bit easier because I've had about 3 or 4 really tough climbing days in a row now. Hauling all this stuff and my enormous backside over these hills is really, really killing me. But the book isn't very encouraging tomorrow. It's a 13 mile day, 12 and a half maybe. they're very stingy with their miles. Every mile feels like 3 miles, to be fair. But it's 12.5 on paper, but it says if there's an Olympic gold medal going for the toughest 3 miles of the whole walk, then the first 3 out of Port Isaac tomorrow would be worthy winners. So, you know, it doesn't end. Later in the day, actually, it does relax a little bit, I think, to more normal levels. But I'm going to try and get up a bit earlier and make a quicker start. Today it was very wet and there were a lot of issues, so you know, I got a bit of a slow start today, which I paid for a little bit. But yeah, it's not getting any easier. I think I'm probably approaching about a quarter of the way. Put wet socks on today. Got a couple of small blisters as a result. No, I didn't put wet socks on. I put dry socks into wet boots that I couldn't get dry from yesterday. And wet socks equals wet feet equals blisters. So, okie doke. So I'm gonna try and pop down to the pub in Port Gavin tonight. There's a pub and a cafe, but there seems to be a lot going on. I think there's a sporting event who can swim to Dorset and back or something like that, because there's a lot of people about, and I've seen a couple of wardens looking out for people from the tops of vans and things. So hopefully I'll be able to get something to eat and drink. But it's another day ticked off. I'm not feeling any more positive about this. It is just getting harder and harder. But hopefully one of these days I'll have a shave. So I will speak to you soon. That's Port Isaac, often known as Port Wen, as a result of the Doc Martin series, where it is filmed here. And so it begins, no let up from one day to the next. That's what I've got to climb up first thing today. I've already climbed out of Port Isaac, which was steady but okay. It's day 14. It's about 10 to 8. Been up since the crack of dawn today. Yeah, can't really sleep. I was on a slopey pitch yesterday and ended up in the side of the tent most of the night, so should have known better. But the campsite was okay. It's pretty much a garden, but I could get a hot shower, which is pretty important. Didn't have one the night before and it only cost a £5, so yep, no complaints about Anne's garden. Today's about a 13-mile day. I've done a mile and a bit already. First 3 miles out of Port Isaac are supposed to be pretty rough, pretty up and down, but it does mean most of the tough work is done early when I've got a little bit more energy. I was hoping to get some breakfast and some supplies in Port Isaac, but I got there too soon, nothing was open, breakfasts were like 9:30, so I couldn't hang around for 2 hours. So it's about 9 miles to Polseth, which is where I might get some supplies, but I've had a few little nibbles, so I'll just have to see how I go and keep moving while I've got some energy. And weather's set reasonable. It said it was going to be cloudy most of today, but it's a bit brighter than cloudy. So day 14, about a quarter of the way through this. Hopefully get my first ferry today into Padstow. Fish and chips at Rick Stein's maybe. Okay, here's to another good day. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. Just walked through another overgrown section. Fed up of telling Gloria to sort it out, but I came out the other side and I looked like I'd walked through a flower factory. Flower, F-L-O-U-R. I was absolutely covered in pollen. The camera's covered in pollen, really fine dust. I think I'm pollinating half of Cornwall now, so I'm interesting. This is the view we have now. Got to drop down again, and then it's a meandering up and down sort of path. It's not too bad actually. I thought it'd be a lot harder than this given what it said in the book, but touch wood, I'm sure there's a sting in the tail here before we get to Port Quinn, after which it's supposed to get a little bit easier. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I'm actually making a bit of progress. So speak to you soon.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you. Been walking down the street so many times, my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why, I'm always feeling homesick.
So this is Pentire Point, and we can see the beaches there of Paulsheath, the coastline that will go inland to Rock, and that's the Camel Estuary. Padstow is sort of hidden, but it's in there in that estuary. And then tomorrow we'll be walking along this headland to the beaches of Harlyn and something else. Very interesting headland here. Here goes right across this beach, which is between Paulsheath and Rock, where we'll get the ferry for Padstow.
You ready?
And this day that the weatherman said would be cloudy, it's just getting better and better. So, no complaints on the weather front this week. Apart from that one afternoon with Gabby, poor sausage. But this part of the country, it reeks a bit of money. But there's a few Londoners down here now. It's an absolutely superb place to be. And these beaches are gorgeous, not too busy, sun's shining. Perfect place. Unless you've got 450 more miles to walk, you can just have a little look and leave it till next time. The acorn is upside down. Looks like a Frenchman in a beret.
Every brick and stone could wear a blindfold. No matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I don't know why, don't know why, don't know why I'm always feeling homesick. Oh, all I know is this is where my heart is. Oh. Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.